Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are back in Middle Earth, and we're on Miss Medrielle, who needs to talk to this gentleman. I believe he has an instance for us. But first, let's discuss 32-bit servers. So, Standing Stone Games has announced that they will be disabling character creation on the 32-bit game worlds, and by the time you see this, they will have already done that. To facilitate the closing of the 32-bit game worlds, players can transfer their characters for free from 32-bit game worlds to the 64-bit game worlds through August 31st. Now, this is the list of the 32-bit worlds that will be closing after 11:59 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, August 31st, 2025. Arkenstone, Belagar, Brandywine, Crick Hollow, Evernight, Gladden, Guahir, Landreval, Laurelin, Cyranon, and Treebeard. After this time, future characters from the game worlds will not be available for some time. You'll not be able to log into those worlds, and in order to organize and prepare for transfer, they strongly encourage everyone to transfer their characters, kinships, shared items, and anything else of value to the new 64-bit game worlds prior to 11:59 p.m. Eastern on August 31st, 2025. Free transfer period will come to an end at that point. The temporary 100% housing writ return rate will also end at that point and be restored to its standard 90% return rate. Now, if you are on one of the US 32-bit servers, your choices to move are Sting, Glamdring, or Peregrine, the USRP server. If you are on the European side, your choices are Grand, or Christ, or Meriadoc, the European RP server, and the one that we happen to be on. So, like I said, I am going to be mentioning this every video between now and August 31st. If you are on a 32-bit server, you want to start your moves as soon as possible before you can't do it anymore. Now, let's talk to this gentleman here.
Might I take a moment of your time?
What are we to do? The Easterling folk shall descend upon us and destroy us. I should ask this, but could you... Nay, I cannot say it. Oh, but I must. Would you return to the Easterling camp and defeat them before they can move against us? I fear it is the only way to ensure our survival. If you will do so, speak with me again. Go now, my friend. Bring us life. Alright, so. We gotta go
The captain of the
beat up
Easterlings
some
scouts in
Easterlings.
Rushgore threatens the woodmen stranded in the marsh, precipitating a confrontation with the welfare of the merchants hanging in the balance.
And Nephrati. Talk to them all at the Woodman camp in the Rushgore. Okay. Well, thank you for the quick and speedy transfer.
What do you need?
Many thanks to you, Medrielle. Without your courageous efforts on our behalf, I am certain these evil men would have butchered us in our sleep. Take this as a token of our gratitude. So we can pick between one of 3 cloaks, none of which is better than what we're using. Although that needs an essence in it. I should see about that, so we'll take the tokens.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Medrielle, I for one have one more task for you. I fear that the Kundalor are preparing to mount a great invasion of the Horse Lord's land, as they assaulted Callan Nardrin many long years ago. You should warn the Horse Lords of their coming. Perhaps they will have time to prepare for the storm. Now we have 2 quests to go talk to Ackle. Well, that was convenient. I guess since we don't have to necessarily kill anything on the way there, yeah, we might as well use the war steed. Not like anything's gonna catch us. Unless, you know, we end up getting dunked in the water. Woo! I'm waiting to see if... I think he stopped. Alright. That was not the most graceful entrance ever, was it?
What brings you to these lands?
This is terrible news, Medrielle. With the brigands already returning, to have Easterlings also building their strength against us, I do not know how we shall survive.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Medrielle, if these Kundalor are indeed descended from our old foes, and that they are but the precursor of an invasion, their main force will likely come down through the Brownlands from the passes in the east. We have a watch post there, which may be threatened. Would you go to Efberg in the Brownlands and warn Ciola? Our men there must not be taken unawares. Alright, and the other one is the repeatable for the brigands.
Our mission is dire.
This Razi you spoke of says that he and his followers will withdraw. That is something at least, but his words tell me that my original fears are well founded. We shall see what comes of this. Alright, so we're done here. And to talk to Ciola at Efberg in the Brownlands. And of course we can't forget... Oh, we're heading to the Brownlands. So we'll be probably picking up the story quest along the way. And sorry, Turtle, but since you were going to attack me anyway, I guess I have to do something about you. Loads and loads of turtles in here. And a bonk. Now that we'll kill. The Brownlands, huh? Doesn't sound very pleasant, does it? Excuse me? You didn't die? Oh, you did. We just have lag. Woohoo! More lag! That's not an outpost, that's a whole fortress, if that's where we're headed. I think that is where we're headed. Big turtle. Stay in your lane. Good turtle. Boy, these boards would get waterlogged real quick. Ooh, we had a little lag there. Not just lag, but some rubber banding. How do we get inside this place? Probably by following the road. That would always be a good idea.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
And we have discovered Efberg. We now have all the stables. And look, it's bingo!
The Rohirrim will not believe in a danger until it is almost upon them.
I've learned something about the Rohirrim already, Medrielle. It seems they will not believe in a danger until it is almost upon them. The men have known of the enemy encamped in the Brownlands, but do they send word to the men back in Standguard? It seems not. I am put a little more at ease by the strong walls of Efberg, but if the army is as large as Landerville says, they may not be enough. Still, at least the men of Standguard will have some warning if anything does happen. After all, Efberg lies between the army and the outpost we just left, at least for now. I cannot help it, Medrielle. I am still nervous. I think you should take the fight to the foes that gather in the Brownlands. I will stay here and speak to the Rohirrim, Perhaps one of them will give me a message I can bring to Standguard to convince them of the danger. Alright, Bingo. Now, who else are we talking to here? And you must be Ciola.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Akhulf's intentions were noble, but this news comes late to us, Medrielle. The Kundalor have already come. As well, Brigands have taken up hideaway to the north. We are surrounded at every turn, it seems.
Our success depends upon our strength.
We had
Aid us?
trouble enough already without the Kundalor crossing into the Brownlands. But it is our duty to Theoden King to defend Rohan, and to that end we will need your aid, stranger though you be. Would you grant us some small service before you continue to Edoras? I have a few tasks for you myself, but speak also with my lieutenants, for they have their own concerns which need to be addressed. You can find Twigga in the western part of the camp, and Dagbert in the southwest corner. Time is running short, Medrielle. I fear too short. So he's got a couple.
Our success depends upon our strength.
And
Aid us.
our scouts have been too frightened by the creatures of the Brownland that I think they have not been thorough in their patrols. We have yet to learn the location of the brigand hideaway here. However, I deem we must find it soon, for if the brigands are not dealt with, I fear it will be impossible for us to even attempt to hinder the advance of the Kundalor. Would you make a patrol of the Brownlands and see if you can learn the location of the brigands' encampment? You need not engage the enemy, only learn their location. Yeah, I get the feeling we're going to be engaging the enemy quite a bit.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Among the other threats we face, there is one I find difficult to believe and feel is more rumor than reality. A few of our less favorable scouts have claimed seeing trolls in the distance, and now many of the scouts fear to go out into the Brownlands. While you are on patrol, would you keep a sharp eye out for any sign of trolls? If we can find no evidence of trolls, they might feel more secure, and I will have the evidence I need to discipline the rabble-rousers. I wouldn't discount it altogether.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
So Ciola has asked you to lend us aid. I cannot say that your help is unwanted here. Many of the border guards throughout the region are generally roustabouts and ruffians sentenced to duty in these lands, but there are also many of us who are wrongly accused by Theoden King's counselor, Grima Wormtongue. I am responsible for the scouts, Medrielle, and so I'm very concerned with the wildcats which range the Brownlands. They're vicious and attack our scouts without a second glance. Would you hunt the cats and cull their number? Perhaps they will learn that men do not provide the best meat. Okay. We can do that.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Hail, Runekeeper. I hear that Ciola has recruited you for service. I think one of your talents is just what we need. Ciola, he does not believe we should engage the Kundalor dogs directly. At least, not until we deal with the other threats in these lands. But I say that we should take action against them now, lest their numbers grow stronger. To prove my point to Ciola, would you go out and defeat a few of the Easterlings? They have a large war camp to the south, but their scouts range the Brownland openly. Trolls, wildcats. Yeah, it does look like we have plenty of stuff to do here. So, let's get started, shall we? You had best be staying inside these walls. You hear me? Last thing I want is have to worry about you getting stomped flat by a troll or mauled by a cat. Now I see why they call it the Brownlands, though. I mean, the grass is pretty dry in this area, which suggests that it probably doesn't get a whole lot of rainfall. And I wouldn't normally be happy about killing the big cats, but, well, these cats will chew your face off, quite happily. They have been trained from birth to do just that. Alright, let's get back on the road. We're supposed to be patrolling. I get the feeling we missed... No, you found nothing here. Okay, we did not miss our first patrol point. Wow, you were just standing right there. I almost missed you. Are we going the wrong way now? I feel like we are. Oh wow, check this place out. I had totally forgotten about this place. But it is so cool. I mean, it's the bad guys, but it's still cool. In the distance, you see a large Easterling encampment. Ooh, we have some lag. I guess 64-bit servers have not fixed that. And if I remember right, there's going to end up being several quests we have to do in there. And the guys in blue are Easterling mages, or sorcerers. We need 3 more cats. You have discovered Rushgore. I don't know why that particular name, but okay. Oh, what do we have here? A warrior. Goodbye. So, that leaves us with scouting and seeking out evidence of trolls. And apparently we discovered some secret orders. So, woohoo! I just did like the look of their robes. Alright, let's take a quick look at this, shall we? And we'll do ourselves some healing real quick. Alright, I think we've looked at it enough. And yes, we picked up a point or two in the blue trait tree, so she'd get an extra heal or two for herself. Brotherhood of the Mind. Alright, once again, we have had our fill of looking at their really cool looking robes. I feel like this is just making a big giant loop. I've been here, but not super duper often. So our next point is actually over there. We need to cross here. But first, I want to see. I noticed that there's a gate up there. That's pretty much just desolate land. And holy heck, there are trolls here. Wild trolls. The fact that we're, like, fighting trolls should be enough evidence that there are trolls here, but apparently that has not triggered this quest. And this troll, you have found a troll which has been turned to stone. But apparently not all of these trolls have turned to stone. So, I don't know what's going on with the trolls here. We'll stop and take a quick look at it. Whoa, these things are evil looking. Look at the eyes. They're like pure black. Yeah. Those are definitely not to be messed with trolls. In the distance, you see a lone tree standing. Or is it a tree? It is not. It's an ant. And who are you? Who might you be? Gnarl Stump. Hello there, little one. My old eyes are not what they once were. But in these barren places, even I can see that you are not a creature to be feared. You may call me Norndus, or perhaps Gnarl Stump, if it is easier for you. Tarum. I will not tell you my right name, and I do not expect yours. I have come to this place because here were once the gardens of the Entwives. The land was ruined long ago, and the gardens were lost. The Entwives went forth from this place, never to be seen again. I desire to find the Entwives, if any still remain, and hope to find some sign of their passing. Would you aid me? Take this Entdraught, and pour it upon the desolation of the gardens. If anything grows there, to run. It may help to identify who the gardens belong to. Gardens. I guess we're helping him. Where's this garden? Oh, in here? Oh, and it's full of trolls. Isn't that lovely? Now here's an evil thought. What if the Entwives disappeared because they got turned into trolls? I mean, that's probably not what happened. I don't expect that that would be what happened. You have discovered the desolation of the gardens. This would be a good place to pour the Entdraught. Nothing happens when you pour the Entdraught. Alright. A lone flower. This large white flower is beautiful to behold, but most wondrous of all is that it is growing in the barren and corrupt earth of the Brownlands. The Ant Gnarl Stump will surely want to see this. I guess there is no spot up here. You could tell this was once a very lovely place. So far, I'm not finding any other spots to pour this drought. And we poured it once. Ah, another good place. Nothing happens. Another good place. Nothing happens. Another good place. Nothing happens. I bet you this is supposed to lead us up to the flower. Nothing happens when you pour the ant drought, but you do see a large white flower growing in the garden. And we've already grabbed that. Oh. Okay, I see what's going on. By the time the lag catches up, I passed the spots I need to do this to. Return the ant drought to Gnarl Stump. Okay, so aside from one lone flower, we have found nothing. Oh, well, except a bunch of trolls. Which, despite being very big and ugly, and very evil looking, don't really pose too much of a threat. But it does seem like they have fully taken up... Hey! Stinker! Get your toe jam out of my face. And it does seem like they've taken up residence here. Alas, nothing happened when you poured the drought upon the gardens. That is disappointing. It means that the gardens are truly lost. But wait, you say that you saw a flower among the desolation. That is something. What is this that you have found, little high elf? This flower is of a breed grown by Timbrethel, mate of the eldest of my kind. While it does not speak of the passage of the Antwives, Fangorn will be pleased to know such flowers still live in this world. And that's actually kind of like the flowers you find in the old forest, which suggests that it's probably the last place that the Antwives went before they disappeared. Because you do find several of them, each of them with the name of an Antwife. Little high elf, I could use your help once more. I would, build in this place how would you say it? A memorial in honor of the Antwives. Yes, that is the word for it. Memorial. I would not touch the stones of the Antwives' gardens, but there is other stone to be had in this land, Tarum. Trolls, foul beasts made by Morgoth in mockery of Ents, dwell in this land. Occasionally they become trapped in sunlight and turn to stone. Gather this troll stone and bring it to me. It is fitting, I think, for the foul mockeries to become a memorial. Tarum, little high elf. If we cannot move the trolls out by force, perhaps they will depart if their chieftain is slain. There have been whispers on the wind of a great troll named Guzug, who dwells in the stone hole. Would you enter that foul cave and defeat him? Perhaps then the trolls shall depart this place. Sounds fun? Sure. Whom. It is an outraged little high elf. Trolls, such abominations, have made a home in the gardens of Entwives and freely roam the Brownlands. Ah, Taram, I must calm myself. It would not do to be too hasty, but it is hard not to be roused. Trolls were made in mockery of Ents by Morgoth himself, if you did not know. Would you go forth and defeat a few of these terrible beasts? They should know, at least, that the Ents have not forgotten this land. Alright, so we just got several more quests from Norlstump. And it sounds like at least one of them is going to take us into a cave full of trolls. One has us harvesting the trolls for the stone. And the other just has us killing the monsters. Which we'll start with this one. Defeat wild trolls. Woo! Alright. We will pick up from here next time. And once again, a reminder that the 32-bit servers will be shutting down on August 31st, 2025. So if you still have characters on any of the US or European 32-bit servers, you will want to move them before then. Moving is free. Your choices on the US side are Sting, Glamdring, and Peregrine. And on the European side, your choices are Grand, Orcrist, or Meriadoc. Alright. Until next time. Bye for now.